Awesome, guys. So as Matt said, we are tracking on some good growth for the company. We just keep understanding what the scoreboard is in every single club, and that comes down from yourself and your regionals, and then for you to hold that inside every single club. I want to talk about just the five key areas of leadership that I believe that all of us as managers need to try and embody as a team. And these five levels, obviously, still coming from some of John Maxwell's stuff. It's some of the best stuff that I love because it's easy to understand and easy to implement inside club level and obviously across the companies. And I'll share these points in the Strive group as well, guys, so you can sort of reflect on these five laws as we go forward. One of the biggest things is obviously it's understanding the law of the scoreboard. And I think that is so crucial for every single team. Every single one of us needs to understand how to measure success. So we have, for us, winning teams know they must change their plans when new situations happen and manage those new situations, and then they consistently measure those results. So for us, we have 28 days, we have upsells or core sales, we have cash received or cancellations. This is our scoreboard inside RBT. And when a team operates at a high level, so some of us operating in such high levels, it's easy to essentially create these minor adjustments to stay successful. When a team feels like they're behind on the scoreboard, we need to push in further forward to try and make sure that the scoreboard stays positive. So if we're behind, our job is obviously to catch up. And when we're in front, our job is just to keep winning as a team. And for us as managers, we're captains of our team. You're a captain of your 2, 3, 4 people. So that is understanding the scoreboard. It's always knowing when you're winning, when you're behind, and what to do and what to implement to get us back in front. And I think that comes down to the next law, which is the law of the catalyst. And for me, I believe that most managers are catalysts for their whole team. So once a team is built, it has a natural tendency to slow down. It might peak and it sort of plateaus or just even dip slightly, but it can lose focus or lose vision or also lose some key people. So when this happens, the team needs someone who can re-energize it, re-motivate it, push them further and lift them up. It comes down to energy and effort, right? And I think that's the biggest thing. The law of the catalyst, this person, they're literally a spark plug for every single one of their team members. They lift them up and they try and go, yes, we can do this. And they motivate that energy, and they're energetic, they're passionate, they're creative. And I think this is us, this is the managers. We are the catalysts of our gyms. And that comes down to the next law, which is the law of high morale. So when a team believes they can accomplish a goal, well, it's simply they can, right? High morale comes down through high psychology. It prepares teams for difficult tasks, and it knows that they can do it because a winning streak is often due to team members understanding that they can accomplish anything. They believe in each other. They believe that they can overcome adversity. And morale comes through various strengths, guys. When team morale is low, the leader becomes responsible for the team's tasks. So for us, if we're the catalyst, if we understand the scoreboard, for us it's to lift our team up, drive that morale, and then as morale builds again, obviously the team leader, that captain, can step back slightly and the morale keeps pushing forward with your community. And it comes down to obviously the law of communication. Interaction is one of obviously the basic components of winning teams. So it's communicating daily with high morale, understanding the catalyst, and communicating the scoreboard, because when leaders communicate with their team members, obviously they have a better commitment to work with each other, better commitment to work for each other, and then regardless of the circumstances, they want to actually change the scoreboard. So when times are tough, we want to try and communicate even further so we can create the iterations, we can change the marketing, we can change the sales structure, we can sell on the front end, we can decrease the cancellations, we can send the text messages to members. For us as communication, using this law of communication as a manager is probably one of your key strengths to keep morale high as a catalyst to win the scoreboard. And I think the last one is the law of accountability, because team members need to be accountable to each other, and then personal accountability is crucial as well. Because I know when I talk to some of the guys, like, I'm going to make 5 sales this week, and they literally do whatever it takes to make the 5 sales, because for them, with their character, they say they're going to do something, they simply do what they said they're going to do. And I know a lot of us are this person, and it stems from us to our teams every single day as well. So if you do what you said you're going to do and have personal accountability, then you can drive accountability through your team. And this trait of reliability And credibility comes from obviously accountability, and it comes down to your character and your commitment to have this for the rest of your team. Because again, when times are tough, we need to become more accountable to each other. And when a team member breaks his bond, obviously it can damage some of this within the team. So for us, try and have as much accountability for yourself. Try and have as much accountability within your team. And then we're looking at this, we can either cascade all the way up from accountability to communication to high morale to being the catalyst and to obviously winning the scoreboard, and also cascades down. So I'm going to post these guys inside the Strive group. And I think for all of us, if we reflect for a second and go, can I become more a catalyst? Can I drive high morale? Can I communicate the scoreboard maybe slightly better? Can I be accountable to myself higher or my team higher? What can I do as far as communicating that scoreboard to my team so I know this month can obviously be our best month and we can have the high morale, and then we can get the law of momentum coming out of the back end of August and driving into September. I think that is the key for us. Everything is built on leadership, and leadership, guys, for you guys in your gyms starts with you. So that's the biggest thing I wanted to talk to you today about, is have a bit of a reflection about these laws. See, are you an 8 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10 out of some of these laws? And how can you move the needle today? How can you move the needle over the next 5 days? And obviously, how can you move the needle over the last 2 weeks of August to really win the scoreboard for your teams?